Hi, my name's Bryce. Welcome back to VHS Play, where we are playing Dark Souls and recording it all on VHS. Last time, we took out the Forest Hunters and had an unfortunate run-in with, I'm totally blanking on his name. This guy whose armor I'm now wearing. Oh no. Also, we fought Sif. So we have the Covenant of Artorias way before we need it. In my first playthrough, I got that really early on. It was always just like, but when am I going to need this? Where is the Abyss? Yeah, so we're going to be quote-unquote cosplaying as... what is this guy's name? You know what? I never would have known it in my first playthrough because I just went and like immediately attacked him because I got spooked. And yeah. Why can I not remember his name? Well, doesn't matter, he's dead. Yay, torches. So, I guess before I started fighting all these little dudes, I should have gone over like hey, here's the things I did off screen, because I definitely did not end up right outside the depths at the end of last episode. We fought Sif and called it there. You jerk. So, things that have happened since. First of all, went back to a bonfire, immediately spent those souls. Hooray, humanity. So, with that and the little bit of extra souls I got from killing the Forest Hunters one more time, I was able to get my stats up to the point where we're at 20 strength, 20 dexterity, and 18 in both intelligence and faith. That is... I need to double check that that's actually what I need and not more than 20. But I'm pretty sure 20 is the amount that I'm going for in order to eventually use Artorias' greatsword. Which we need that Soul of Sif for, which, you know, I was going to fight Sif before going anywhere anyway, because, again, this is very nostalgia-focused, trying to relive the highlights of my horrible mistakes early on in my first playthrough of Dark Souls. One of those things, so the depths... I spent a lot of time down here farming humanity, and there was an item that I always saw and was never sure how to get to, and it took me a while to figure it out. So this pit just drops down, and it's like, oh, okay, great. This bridge, that's the bridge with all the slimes in it. So piecing together how to get to that item over there, which... luckily is a very useful item, which we will be switching over to instead of using this Iron Shield and Murakumo the entire time. By the way, Murakumo, that's not the right button. Murakumo is a very heavy sword and requires like 28 strength to use it one-handed, so it is two hands only. And the Iron Shield is really just to have a nice look. And also dropping down that hole lets you fight this rat in an easier way. Now, my first time through... oh dear. Let me fight this rat in an easy way. Probably going to die because I said something. My first time through very much was... oh no, there's a giant rat. Okay, let me out of the corner, please. And it was very much just... hey there, giant rat. Hide in this little hallway that you come through in the normal way. Oh no. Oh no. I just remembered what I needed to do. Oh no. And yeah, usually, like the way I came through here originally was go up here, see, oh no, there's a giant rat, and then hide here and shoot it with magic until it's dead. So that's how it happened my first playthrough. We at least got one shot. And, of course, there's that way down. But we're going to actually backtrack to the bonfire first. Because, again, my first playthrough was made of mistakes. And speaking of mistakes, I've kind of made one by doing this drop down. I just forgot about how things went my first time through. So this hole that I'm going to try to jump over... where are you? There you are. Great. We'll come back to that hole. Man, we are going through the depths in the most awkward way possible. So yeah, I mentioned spending a lot of time down here in my first playthrough. This is where I found was like the best place to farm humanity for a long time. I never bought the the DLC for the Artorias stuff on 360, so this farming rats was basically the best way to get humanity, and there were multiple times that I farmed up to like 30 humanity, and boy howdy, that sure was a thing, I guess. Let's see, 1 to become human, upgrade fire twice. I mean, I guess there's not much point in upgrading this bonfire as much as I'm going to, but why not? So, nowhere near level, because levels are getting real expensive. Let's get things repaired. And reverse hollowing. This is important. If you've played Dark Souls and you've gone through here as a human, then you know what's coming. And then let's do this. Oh boy, I am not thrilled for what's about to happen. Okay, so we are good to go. Thus far, Murakumo seems like a kind of fun to mess around with weapon, but I'm not sure how much I'd actually enjoy using it consistently, because it's got a real long wind up for that basic R1 hit. So previously we've dived far enough into the depths to get the key for that bonfire, but then immediately ran away because, again, in my first time... Don't do it. Good. My first time through the game, I dove into the depths, ran out of Estus, and then ran away. And it was kind of a shame, because, yeah, that basically, again, is a lot of how I fell into magic, because I had managed to get quote-unquote lucky enough for a green shard. And that really, that really sealed me going down into the route of magic. Okay, did he not get the dance off? Great. Don't have to deal with upgraded giant rats. Alright, well, everything has gone nice and smoothly so far. Time to start making those mistakes. So, how did this happen? My first time through, I believe it was this rat. I came in to attack that rat, and I fell for his trap. And fell right down this hole. Real quick, I'm going to make sure there's nothing around that corner, right? Yeah. So, yeah, this is first time through. It was like, oh, there's a rat. Let me chase it down and kill it. Do 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 do. Oh no. ending up God knows where. And there's these weird creatures. I had just, like, I had a decent run, so I hadn't died, and I had upgraded the bonfire. And then it's trying to figure out, where am I going? What's going on? And then that happened. Oh no. Come on. Come on. Oh, this is bad. This is getting worse. Well, that didn't happen. I was actually lucky enough to take out Kirk, but it was terrifying. Having fallen down this pit, and then it was just like, oh, where am I? And then going that way, and then just like, I had read about invaders. Like, I knew about that from when I heard about Demon Souls. So having an invader just show up in my entirely offline game, oh boy, that threw me for a loop. It was pure panic, and it went better than that did, actually. Don't feel great about that one. That was that felt real gross. I feels bad. So let's go ahead and switch out to like stuff that's not awful. Like, this sword's kind of fun, but also it's just like really way too much. Hey there, Black Knight Sword. Let's go back to you. Let's go ahead. Since I'm switching gear, let's switch to the Spider Shield now. Eastern armor is actually pretty okay compared to the Elite Knight armor, I think. Like, it weighs a little bit more, but it does... It does slightly better in terms of defense, I think, for the most part. So, like... Okay, Elite Knight set has better magic. Elite Knight gloves are just flat out better, so let's go for that. As long as we don't go overweight, we're good. And I guess the boots are better except for the poison part, but... So yeah, Eastern armor chest piece, pretty nice. There we go. New look. Let's do things better this time. I hate this guy. Oh boy, do I hate... I do so hate those torch dudes. And I didn't open the shortcut because I probably didn't go down that far, so forward it is. You know, I was really expecting the depths was not going to take any time whatsoever. It was basically going to be like walking directly into the the gaping, that's the word, the gaping dragon, and just like, oh, okay, we're also going to do Blighttown. We'll see. Alright, let's go for mistake mode one more try. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Please, please don't. Please do not. So, here's a fun bit. At this point, I'd recognized what... They do not care about poise. Good lord. I'd recognized that, you know, those bars were status effects, but I had no idea what that status effect was. And I managed to avoid it through my actual, like, normal playthrough. So at a certain point, I came down here, walked into the room full of basilisks. And had myself a nice big mistake of getting myself cursed, just to see what that status effect did. It was a very poor decision, but at least I knew what I needed to do to take care of it. All right, you know what? Let's just play around with his sword just a little bit. I don't think it's good for like much of anything down here. It's a barber straight sword is, of course, it's just like a straight sword. It has like the standard straight sword stuff, so it would behave very much like that. A straight sword that we use in the catacombs. Decent moveset. Doesn't do a lot of damage, which I kind of want to do enough damage right now because basilisks are kind of terrifying in their own way. Yeah. I really would like to not have a repeat of getting myself cursed. That is not something you need to see in this playthrough. Okay, nerves are starting to settle a bit. All right, everything's fine, nice and calm. And we find the Ring of the Evil Eye. It's a fun ring. The fun ring to rule them all. It just doesn't heal enough. Like, I don't know. It's one of those rings that sounds more fun than it actually is. Just because it heals so very little, it doesn't seem to do really much of anything. And quite frankly, poise and extra weight are just camera hello are so valuable. I mean, I probably have half decent poise. Yeah, we're at 78. Let's just for a little bit switch it out to the Ring of the Evil Eye. All right, we also have the Hornet Ring. That one's kind of fun. It's a shame I didn't think to use that against Kirk. Hornet Ring does some fun stuff and like changes some animations, but it's only for like when you're fighting humanoid opponents. So it's like if I really wanted to show off what it does, it'd be like go out to the forest hunters again. All right, let's grab my shortcut. I think I have enough souls to level, but you know what? We have a ton of Estus. I'm overconfident, and it's just the Gaping Dragon. As you can see, farming green shards for my magic scimitar, it was sure was a time. I think at that point I had grabbed my my pyromancy flame and combustion to go through everything. What am I looking for? I'm looking for my good sword, the one I like that does a lot of damage. So, I meant to talk about this earlier, but we'll ramble about it a little bit here. Back up there, where we dropped down on the rat, there was the spider shield. That item puzzled me for a long time, and that was one of those really fun ones that, like, overall was, you know, going through and trying to figure out how to get to that item. And it was very much like a reverse engineering the problem. I'm like, okay, I see there's an item here. How many shards was that? Why did I use an Estus? 1 shard. Okay, cool. As expected. So, yeah, it was basically coming down into that room, or like, you know, it was a mixture of like coming down into this room, looking out from like the bridge with the slimes, and just trying to figure out, it's like, okay, that item's there, how can I get here? And just like mapping it out in my head of just like, okay, there's clearly a way to get onto this, but there's like no secret walls. I ran around and hit like every wall in the sewer for a long time. And then it was like, oh, okay, I guess there's just this hole that I dropped down, and then that was that. It was a fun one.
I'm Donald of Xena. I'm just a peddler of sorts. I adore trinkets and oddities, so I trade for them.
This guy is just a little too jolly for Dark Souls.
I'm afraid I don't see anything here.
I can't get a good camera angle and also good, like, audio from him. This is probably the best I'll do. So he has that fun bit of item. He has these items, which I've never used because the crystal stuff is always just like, yeah, you can't repair crystal things. And it's just like, well, then why would I want them? Because they might break at a very important, inopportune time.
Well, that is a shame, but no matter. No, not to worry. Come back again. I'm always available. Not every trade was meant to be. There'll be more in store for us someday, sometime.
And he says all that about always being available, but you know what? As soon as you beat the Gaping Dragon, he basically wanders off. And I never found him in my playthroughs. Like, it took me a long time to realize that he moves out to, like, under the bridge in Firelink. Yeah, it was just... was completely unaware that he was there. Like... just never noticed it. Like, I mean, there was an item on that bridge early on in the game. There was never a reason to, like, go back there. Oh, and now we have the fun question. Do I summon? I'm gonna go ahead and summon. My first playthrough, I probably would not have seen these summons. Or if I did, I saw them once, and then promptly got my butt kicked. And then, because I didn't understand the whole summoning with humanity and all of that stuff, especially because it, Dusk of Ulasil threw me for a loop with her summoning sign. It's like, it just seemed completely random. Oh boy. Gaping Dragon. He sure is a boss. Now, I think part of why I kind of had some amount of difficulty on my first time would have been that I didn't know about tail cuts. So when I did eventually cut his tail, oh geez, I did not have the stamina to roll through that. Please do not squish. There we go. Ooh, those frames. But yeah, this is where I learned about cutting tails, because, you know, getting around to attack his tail is essentially the easiest way to try to deal damage to him. Oh no. Everything's fine, great. But I did have some amount of trouble with this on my first time through the game, because I mean, it's a really big creature. His tail swipes hurt. Everything about him really hurts. And like, I had a lot of trouble staying out from under him. Like, I'd start getting close to like doing okay, and then it would just like get stepped on like that. Or when he does his big jump. No thanks. Do not want. Like, I kept managing to not actually get away. My dude, could you... That was closer than I would have liked. Anybody, can somebody hit him? There we go. Problem solved. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how useful the summons are on this. But I do want the extra items, so yeah, just went with the summon. I should probably also start remembering that I have that soul ring and use it so I can get all of the souls. So at this point, I would have learned my lesson about going home and not taking souls into a new area. So I would not have run directly into Blighttown with 40,000 souls, I do believe. I hope I would not have made that mistake as a young Dark Souls player. It's fully possible I did make that mistake, though. So, real quick, tiny detour. We're going to go level up, use our souls. And this episode is at an awkward amount of length, so let's see how far into Blighttown we can get in like the next 15 minutes or so. Okay, we've got 3 levels. Let's get our intelligence up to 20. Perfect. Let's repair things. We're good with Soul Arrow. Let's switch this back out for Poise. And let's get important items on our bar. I only have 2 blossoms. That's unfortunate. Okay. Importantly, though, we do have the shield. And so, this is where we get into like the kind of fun parts about Dark Souls, trying to leave items that you want, like, when you're going to need them. So we already saw that with the Astora's straight sword. And now we get to see that with the spider shield, because the spider shield protects against poison. And Blighttown, as one might expect, is just full of poison. Heck. Going just swimmingly. And also, oh hey, you're still here.
Hi, Shaman. We meet again.
Alright.
Where is it?
Might be the area needs like a full reload for him to move on. Oh, and then, oh man, I forgot about that. Like, you have the big door, and Dark Souls is really good with the big door animations. This, like, this is a big foreboding thing. And then as soon as you step across this threshold, the lights change. All the color just seems to suck out of the world. And it gives everything just this dark, foreboding quality here. Now, of course, my first time playing Dark Souls, this guy would have launched me, like, right off the edge. Let's see if we can return the favor. Not quite. Or yes, we did. Well, hey. That backswing, man. And of course, years later, with lots of experience fighting these guys, I know how to fight them. But this initial gauntlet of those 3 big dudes, oh man, did that suck. And then, of course, you get about here, and then you start hearing that little sound. I don't know if that's going to even make it through compressors and whatevers and audio, but that little... There's a little tiny noise that starts just ticking in every once in a while. Just... I do not like how this is going. There it is. Oh, boy. Suddenly, there's just a bar on my screen, and it's like, wait, how did that happen? And if you review the tape, then, you know, you well, who knows if it comes across on VHS, but there's the little white dart from these just jerks. And this is why the spider shield is very important. And this is why it sucked that I didn't figure out how to get the spider shield until way later in the game. Because it protects against poison, which means that you can use it to block the toxic darts from the toxic dart dudes. And if you've played Dark Souls, you're aware of just how much toxic sucks. It is a real drain on your health that is just like very concerning the entire time. And of course, it comes with that god-awful sound effect. Being poisoned or toxic, like you just have this hissing sound that is there for just minutes. And it's just kind of miserable. And it's like, as a concept, it's not a bad sound effect. But in practice, where you're listening to it for minutes at a time, especially when you get down to the swamp below, it just grades on you like nothing else. Nope. Oh, jeez. Also, in my first playthrough, there's so many items you can so easily miss in Blighttown. This place is just an absolute rat's nest of these little tiny walkways. Look at all the shinies down there. You can't even get there. That's enemy drops that have fallen down. Something happened. Oh boy. It's been a while since I've been here on 360. That chug. I forgot how much the 360 struggled with this area. So, things like this item. Definitely would have missed it my first time through. Eventually, like when I was coming back and like trying to find all of the things. then, you know, I tracked out, oh wait, no, you really do just have to jump over there. Hope this works. And yeah, this place. Again, it's just a rat's nest. It is just so many tiny little paths, so many nooks and crannies, all of these fun cameras. Oh boy, that's actually useful. Okay. These paths that are just like really unclear and really kind of wonky, and then you've got the little bridges here that sway in ways that are completely nonsensical, and you get these tiny little fire hot dogs. And boy howdy do they suck. The frame rate is just, oh boy, it turns into a slideshow. It's real dark, it's real hard to see things. It's real easy to fall off in any given direction. It's just littered with items to pick up of varying quality. And you get to places like this where it's just a dead end. And then you have to go back across these dang rickety bridges. I still do not understand how those bridges work in terms of like controls. Like, it feels like if you just walk straight, you're fine. And if you try to like course correct, then you just are going further off course in all actuality. They're weird ones. I'm gonna light this bonfire. I don't think I'm gonna rest at it. Oh boy. And then you've got that guy in a pot. He's just dude in a pot. Why not? It's Blighttown. Not what I intended to do, but you know what? It felt nice. And then you have one of the few places where they actually have like a pitfall trap. That wood will give out. I don't remember what's below it. It's not a fatal fall unless you don't have enough health. But it is an annoyance. And now that we've backtracked up to here, we can roll off and grab this item. Which is good defensive stuff. Shadow Garb has like really high poison defense, which is great for when you get to the swamp below. It's fun if you want to use the ninja backflip ring and be a ninja. Like, it's a decent little set. Poor frames. Right, and then you get to situations like this where it's like your only option to continue is to make a slightly janky jump. Everything worked out just fine. Now to not die to these dang dogs. heard a dog. I don't see a dog. And again, we've got the little tink, tink, tink of another blow dart guy. I don't actually know what they are or what they're called. I just know they shoot blow darts and they suck. Yeah, I'm trying to think of, like, anything special to say about my first time through Blighttown, and, like, there isn't really much there. Like, I don't have nostalgia for Blighttown. Like, Blighttown was always just, like, this place that's just, like, I don't wanna, Alright, what am I missing? There's something I'm missing. Yeah, it's like in trying to be nostalgic for this playthrough. It's like I got nothing for Blighttown just because it's like this place is a horrible maze. Nothing particularly interesting or neat happened. It was just like I had the Blighttown experience of walking in that front door going, oh no. And this was, of course, like after I had walked in the back door and immediately turned around and ran away, not realizing that I found the easy way down. I just got spooked and ran. And then I got here going through the front door and didn't even occur to me that they might be, like, connected. I don't think I went far enough into Blighttown to, like, see the title card from the back way. I just, like, got the camera, like, color shift, and it was just like, yeah, nope. Alright, let's try to make it to the bottom and get to that bonfire. I'm fairly certain I'm going to explore the swamp on my own time and grab all those items because, yeah, that's a literal slog. It's very squishy, it's very uninteresting, it's very brown, it's very poison, and it hisses at you the entire time. Still don't know what to make of this bug. Somebody is shooting at me, I think. Nope, he fell. Great, perfect. Don't have to deal with him anymore. And we're good to go down? Yeah. Now this corner has always been a little on the rough side. Just because you have, like, the one fast enemy and the one big, slow, chonky enemy. So, things can go south pretty fast. Like, if you lose focus, if you get poisoned, if you're rushing because you're toxic, things can go bad with that little encounter around the corner. like, it's just, there's not much room to move. You've got one fast guy, one slow guy. It's a rough deal. Alright, we're going to go out this fog door just so it's gone. And then we're going to struggle with the geometry to get back up here. Because let's do the drop. Down below we have our... one of those good joke weapons. Oh no. Okay, I made it. I was really concerned I was going to come up short on that fall. So, yeah, there's the whip. The whip is really kind of meant to be a joke weapon. It's actually a pretty alright left-hand weapon, because you can parry... you can still do the parry with it. You can't riposte with a whip, but a whip does also, like, go through shields to some degree. And, hey, it's the ladder that leads us right back up to where we were just now. And then we have these big firebugs. Which apparently will attack you with, like, a rear-facing attack. It's not something I really ever noticed or, like, had happened to me much, because usually I can get to them fast, or, like, get around and start dealing damage fast enough. But, yeah, they apparently have, like, a thing where they will drop a little fiery ball out of the proboscis, whatever tendril thing on their rear end. Dark Souls enemies are weird. Like, this is where we get into the just kind of real weird enemies. Yeah, that should do it. I missed something somewhere, and I don't know where. Get our spare Wanderer set, a Falchion, which I should already have one from the, where was that? Anyway, probably already have a Falchion from Skeletons. Maybe not. I find it interesting that they have, like, the starting gear for the Wanderer, but instead of a scimitar, it's a Falchion. Yep. I feel like something like that happened to me my first time playing Dark Souls. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh buddy, that... What a treat. What an absolute treat. Well, we have one more shot at finding the Eagle Shield. I know it's on one of the pillars. I forgot exactly which one. But yeah, we can go around back one of the pillars and try to find an Eagle Shield. Let's go through Blighttown. Yay! Oh boy. So that's... You're still here. Why are you still here? I thought you moved on by now. Oh, wowzers. That, that one. That's a fun death. Hey, let's see what happens if we try to just run through Blighttown. Can we just speedrun it? Can we just, like, rush through? Because I sure made a mistake with that ladder. Oh boy. Oh boy, I feel pretty silly for that one. Alright. Okay, let's not go too fast. We need to make our jump here. We need to watch out for dang fire dogs. Try to stop and take a drink. I'll pass these dudes. This is a dead end, isn't it? Nope. Everything's fine. Go down the ladder. Oh no. Whew. Okay. Here it is. And we're already getting the dang mosquito things. Dang it. Alright, now we have our eagle shield. We have, like, every item, I think, in this side of Blighttown. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Alright. Okay, I really do need to get this episode over with, so let's get down to the bottom, get to the bonfire, and oh hey, we'll call it a day. Don't go too far. Perfect. You know what? Let's take the ladder. Behold, there is nothing here. Now, something that's always bothered me is there is a pathway that feels like it should connect both sides of Blighttown. But there's just like a random wall in the middle. Oh no. Oh no. This is really not what you want. Okay, everything's fine. So it feels like they had originally put that wall in, or they had originally had a path to cross both sides of Blighttown, and then later decided against using it and just like dropped the wall in the middle to prevent anyone from using it. There's my souls. Yep. Oh no. Oh no. Well, I guess that's the end of the episode then. Good to know I'm still dealing damage on the way down. Cool. When we come back, I'll be at the bottom of Blighttown. You don't need to see me go the last 5 feet and go across to the bonfire. I'll get there once I figure out how to get out of this mess. So, yeah, I guess that's the end of the episode. Huh. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Bryce. This has been VHS Play and also an utter mess. Have yourself a lovely evening.